My name is Hyram Corgatelli, and my senior project was to help the Madison Fire Department Pipe Brigade memorialize 9/11 by providing them with the American flags that they needed in order to perform their walkabout memorial. And you can see that photo there. Now, I had to make 73 of these things. And you can see here, I had to get PVC pipe, had to get the American flags, and I had to, you can't see it, but there had to get rebar for the bases for them to slide onto and stand up like that. This took a lot of work, a lot of good, hard work. But the reason that I had to make so many of these is because the Madison Fire Department did not have any American flags, and so they had to rent them all out. They had to rent out 70 to 100 of these every year. That cost them a lot of money, which means that they possibly could have stopped doing it in the future. And memorializing an event as important as 9/11 is really important for our history. So it didn't have any humanitarian benefits or any humanitarian harms, but everyone in the community agreed it was a good thing. No one disagreed that I should be doing this. And one of the nice things about it is there was no government action required, and there really shouldn't be any government action on this. It is a private group of people doing a good thing, something the government has no jurisdiction. So there were two possible options for addressing this need. And one was brought forward by Mr. Miskin, my liaison with the Madison Fire Department, and I figured that out in discussion with him and my mother, and then the other was presented by Mr. Turnblue. That would be rebar bases from Mr. Miskin and steel conduit bases from Mr. Turnblue. Now there are a couple of advantages and disadvantages to each of these. For rebar would cause no noticeable damage, and importantly, no permanent damage either. Also, the flag doesn't rattle around very much when sitting on the rebar. The steel conduit, the nice thing about it was that it was permanent, so once they got it in, it was in. The disadvantages for steel conduit, they cause noticeable and permanent damage, and the flags, when stuck in it, could rattle around a little bit. For the rebar, there were really no disadvantages other than it costs money, which, I mean, everything does, so it was perfectly insurmountable. As far as controversies and conflicts for my plan, I didn't have to deal with any. Because while the city council in charge of Porter Park really did not like the idea of steel conduit going to kind of be permanently placed there, in fact, they vetoed it entirely, I could just go with the rebar, which there were no controversies or conflicts over. I didn't have to address any problems. I could just go forward. However, this took a lot of work. I had to construct the flags out of PVC pipe and rebar, and it would be me who was implementing this almost entirely. I could get advice from Mr. Miskin, I could get more information about what the city council wanted, but it was me and my family and anyone I could enlist to help me. So I had very little government anything except for the city council experts saying I couldn't do steel conduit. And as far as it goes, my solution has a bunch of advantages. Once again, no damages, and they're easily installable and removable, the flags are, which was important to the city council. They didn't want Porter Park to be damaged. Disadvantages, cost of money, which is why I had to influence people to give me donations. So that was really the only influencing I did, was get people to help me, whether it be monetarily, materially, or physically. And this plan had to start then, first, with advertising. I made a bunch of those advertisements that you can see right there. Second, I had to collect all donations that came from it, whether it be money or materials. I had 2 rounds of collecting these donations. Third, I had to purchase any necessary materials that had not been donated. Fourth, I had to actually construct the flags, which was a lot of work. We spent 2 days working on it, and it was full days both times with groups of people, and then my mom and I the second day. Fifth, I had to deliver the flags to Mr. Miskin, where he would deliver them to the Madison Fire Department, and then set everything up. To conclude, making the flags solved Madison Pipe Brigade's problems. They now had flags with which they could do their memorial with, and it was really great to go and walk through and see all that. The project taught me how to advertise, manage money, and problem solve. And those last 2 are things that will be important all throughout my life, and the advertising will be very helpful for me for if I start a business and when I go on my mission. Thank you.